there are often a lot of tech fails, but these are the five most stupid, most disgraceful, most embarrassing tech fails we've ever heard of. So bad, you will be feeling angry and you want to go and burn down the company. Starting with Netflix, when they decided to make Squid Game, a year after Mr. Beast had already made the Squid Game, Netflix decided to make their own Squid Game. And so they brought in people who would behave like the normal characters, normal green light, red light, everything was ready to be set. And if you watch the game of Netflix, the Squid Game, you find that Squid Game is a movie that just tries to show us how the rich stand above the poor people to make sure that using their money to see the poor people suffer and then to entertain themselves. And things like this made by Netflix, you wouldn't expect it to be actually real. But it was kind of something like that. It was almost, or should I say it was almost real. Because two contestants, after they dropped off from the show, they actually went ahead and sued Netflix because they found that most of them started to feel cold because of the long waiting period between the green light and red light, and they started having different sicknesses, which was like starting to affect their health because they were starting the cold in the UK. Most of the conditions there were not favorable for them, and it was so bad. And compared to the original Squid Game, who got a really good high rating on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, this one had a 4.8 rating on IMDb. And also, they are also still going to court and they are still being interviewed to know whether it was actually being good. But they didn't actually spend so much money on that compared to the next thing I'm about to talk on, CNN Plus. Listen, CNN found out that a lot of companies are now, a lot of people are now trying to move into streaming services. So they said that, why don't you create our one of the top best shows for everybody? They had a budget of $1 billion to make sure that this is going to be like the best streaming news show for everybody to explore on. So they decided to go for it. It was more like going to be like a CNN 2.0. So whereby you get all the full shows you get on the normal CNN, you get it there also. That was what they were actually planning. Okay. But the end product was not as what they designed on the drawing board. Everything went in different ways. It went in different ways in such a way whereby they started putting on shows on their CNN Plus, shows that they didn't even, that nobody was actually interested in watching. Actually, shows like very very stupid shows like Adventures, even a show on how to become a dad. Everything shows that nobody was actually being interested in, and so it actually just drive the consumers not, and then they just decide that why watch CNN Plus when you can watch another news platform. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that out of the $1 billion CNN has decided to spend, they actually spent only $300 million, and they also gained only 150,000 subscribers. But the initial plan was to spend $1 billion and gain 2.3 million subscribers. And also, it was the first investment to ever come and go so quickly and also spend a lot of money. It came and went in just 32 days, a month and 2 days, or a month and a day. Simple. Too bad. But if there's something that will actually make you very, very angry, I'm very, very sure it's going to be Ticketmaster. You see, Ticketmaster is one of the biggest companies in serving out tickets to a lot of people. They serve out tickets to, when it comes to show, Ticketmasters are the ones in charge. So when Taylor Swift was announcing an international one or an international debut for the whole world, Ticketmaster saw this as an opportunity to make more money, to sell more tickets. It's a normal thing that they actually did. But the software started getting bad. First of all, those who wanted to buy the tickets had to wait on a long queue of over 40,000 people. A long queue of over 40,000 people. And funny enough, Ticketmaster system should have a glitch and then to send you back to the beginning. Even if you are number 2, you are about to get to the buy your ticket, Ticketmaster's webpage will have a glitch and to send you back to the beginning. That was not just frustrating. So people were like, fine. They had to go. So those, after going through that hell of getting a ticket, if you actually have to get a ticket, so people actually got a ticket. After getting the ticket, Ticketmaster was like, you know what? Why don't you just make this thing a little bit more harder for you guys? Then he started doing something else. After you purchase, consumers started, those who purchase their tickets started finding out that after they purchase their tickets can be taken away from them and be sold to someone who was ready to pay a much more higher price. So if you bought a ticket for 150, they are ready to sell it to someone who can buy for 300, and they are ready to take that from $300 customer and sell it to someone who is ready to pay 500. This thing kept on going up until it got to almost $600 for a single ticket. So for those who now finally had to get the ticket, get the chance, get everything, Ticketmaster was still like, let us still make this a bit more harder. Then they added another stupid fact saying that it is going to be a booker event. That is, if you buy a ticket, you must be there in person to claim your tickets. So it was then a lot of people realized that most of the tickets they had in their hands were actually useless, because most of the tickets in their hands were actually gifted to them by a friend or by a family. So when they found that getting that ticket in their hand, it was actually going to be useless, a lot of them actually had to sue Ticketmaster, because it was actually a very, very stupid thing for them to do. And 2 more companies to go. The second company is Zoom. You see, Zoom is a company that decided to start making robotic pizza form with using robots. And this company raised $200 million on Kickstarter. It's a good company, but the major problem was that this company was located in San Francisco. And if you see San Francisco roads are so bad, it is not a good place you should be cooking pizza on the road. It is a very, very bad place to cook pizza on the road. But still, they went for it. And so, they actually started finding out that most of their customers were complaining because the cheese that was supposed to be on the pizza was actually used to decorate the floor, and everything just went to waste. And that was how the $200 million company came and went. And now they're selling plastic containers for food packaging. But the number one I'll say that is the worst yet is value theft. You see, there was this man, Mohammed Moni Usman, who left Value in 2021 to go and work for NVIDIA. But when he was going, he tried to pack a bit of tips for himself to go. And when he was there, he was having a Microsoft meeting with a friend of his, only for him to shut down. He was sharing a screen with a friend, only for him to shut down the screen and reveal the NVIDIA source code, the value source code for their parking and driving cars. This was just the beginning. The funny thing was that he was on a call with his former employer, Value. Now he was working for NVIDIA. He was in a former call with his former employer, Value. Then the Value decided to raid his house. German police decided to raid his house. They found a lot of documents, source code of many cars, a lot of things apart from himself, even notes pinned to the wall that he himself was planning to use for a lot of things. Notes pinned to whatever. Not just that, they also found that he had stolen the entire source code. Though the guy was pleaded guilty and was decided to pay a fine of $15,000. But not just that, this then be brought up a war between NVIDIA and Value. Value asking NVIDIA to pay huge sums of money. It was so bad, everything crumbled, and it was very, very bad between both companies. Which one is your worst tech fail of all time? Tell me in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Bye.